Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Harmonic TV. Today we're going to do another composer review, so let's go. Well, today's piece is, we have two pieces today from one composer, and the first one is called, it's a quartet, and it's from Paolo Saclayan. I hope I'm saying your name correct, but I'm super excited, so let's go. Wow. Wow, beautiful. Quite heavy also, like, I was like, whew. Beautiful piece, well done. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Like, if you guys send me pieces, I'm listening to new stuff. It's always amazing. All right, so let's see what we can do. First off, some engraving stuff, which I'm pretty sure you already know them. But look, even if you are composing a piece for yourself, putting correct dynamics and expressions will inspire you, okay? And I don't know if there are people around you that can perform this, but just make it nice and send it to the Google people and just send it to them. Send it to quartets even outside of your country or wherever there is, because your music is beautiful, and I'm pretty sure there will be people who want to perform it, okay? So now what I mean about making it pretty and everything. So first, always write an expression here, and a dynamic, tempo marking, very important to put it here. And the rest, for example, you see a piano here, there's no point, so you can remove these and remove this and put the piano here, okay? And the other thing is that always, mostly for strings and, well, for all the instruments, but for strings and winds, really matters if you put expression markings. So, for example, is it a vibrato? Is it espresso? Is it like espressivo, or some, like, how do you want them to perform this? You know, for example, do you want here for them to have more expression here? Then you need to, oh, sorry for the noise. So write it here that, for example, here it should be molto vibrato, molto vibrato, or non vibrato, or, you know. So if you want it to be more expressive, you need to write it. And maybe in a playback of MIDI or some sound like a VST or something, you don't hear it if you write it, but I'm pretty sure also you can change it, you know, with some mod wheels and stuff to have more expression. But that's the thing about the dynamics I wanted to tell you. And also here, always put where it's gonna go, what is the beginning, and what is the where is it going to go, okay? Now, and also here, don't write numbers, because numbers is a bit confusing. Just write, for example, if it goes back to the original tempo, well, it doesn't, so a tempo doesn't matter. Then you can just write meno mosso, you know, so it means less movement, and then meno mosso again, you know, più meno mosso or something, to indicate that you wanted the speed to go lower. Or if you want it to be gradual, you can just write a ritenuto, and then it starts to go down to 40, for example, okay? Here it will be 40, but depends on what you want, okay? Now, a bunch of other things that I wanted to tell you. Usually I'm really skeptic and quite what's it called, perfectionist with myself, which is annoying, but also with you guys, what I say. But I really like this counterpoint that you have here. I would have liked if you also had a tiny bit here and in your climax, because your climax sounds really intense and the sound is going up, but I would have loved if there was some clashes here. So for example, this one would have been a dot and this one would have been a just a quarter. And then there you would have like a clash, you know, like Lego, like that is just one is going, the other one is going. So not everything at the same time, okay? So try to think about it. If you want to have a bit more chaos here, but controlled chaos, you know, because the piece is really intense, really calm, and it helps you to do this, to make a bit more dense texture, which I think here your piece can benefit from this. The other thing is that I really love this tiny motif here, da dee da. This one is really nice, and I was wondering, why did you drop it? You know, because you have it here, and I was thinking, oh man, this is amazing. Like, it's just a nice change that you need, you know. I would have continued a bit more, or a bit before, or maybe this would have been a connection to this one that I was telling you, you know, with the changing of the rhythm a bit. But this is really nice, you know, to even put it on another voice to make it a bit more, have a bit more impact, because this is the climax of your piece, this part, and this guy comes here. But I would say it's not enough. It would have been amazing if it was more intense. And The last thing I wanted to tell you for this piece is playability um, for your stuff, for these guys, the fifths that you have here. Just for you to know, always make sure that if they are playable and easy and in tune, because it's a bit difficult to, for example, the fourths are quite difficult, but if you have fifths and one is open, then one is open string, it can be easy to do, because the open string is just there, and then they just hold one note and then they're just playing it. So it's really possible to do. That's just about playability. And the other thing is that you need to be aware of the sound. So the sound of a double stop is completely different than what you hear in MIDI. If you have a double stop in your piece, it will sound more, what's it called, more intense, more, the sound will be like really a bit clamped up, you know, like a bit together and more intense, because you're literally making the length of two strings short and you're playing it. And it will definitely sound more intense and more closed other than what you hear in MIDI here, because if you have like a VST, it's just going to put two different audio sources together and it will give you a sound. It's not going to play back a real double stop like these dyads, you know, I'm talking about these guys. So that's something to consider. And yeah, now let's go to your other piece. Oh, and by the way, guys, before we go to the other piece, while I find it, I also give music lessons. So if you need composition lessons or music theory or stuff like that, just hit me up and we will set you up. All right, let me see. Now, Paul, I'm going to go to his second piece. Yeah, oh, it's here also. All right. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Here, maybe it's nice. Okay, let's go. Wow. Oh, so beautiful. I mean, you have a good talent of making build-ups, you know, like in a very short amount of time. I mean, I'm not kidding. Some beautiful build-ups that you have, very very coherent, very glued together, and you have a great sense of timing, in my opinion, to where to put what and where the climax should be. So amazing, amazing. Yeah, the tips that I wanted to tell you, the engraving ones are exactly similar as I was telling you before. And yeah, and even if you don't want to send it to someone, write it there, because it will inspire you, and then it will, your score for yourself will look more professional. Okay. All right. So let's see. I just want to give you maybe one or two tips here that you can try. Is that I noticed that you have boxes here, boxes of information. Okay. And let me put the pen here. So you have one box here that it goes, okay, and then the other box comes here, and then it finishes in a something like a cadence, you know, which you have also the diminuendo, and then the other one comes in, okay? And this is a tip that I always give, and also to myself when I'm composing, is that try to blend these guys together, okay? So don't think of them as just chunks of sound. Blend them. So like, you know how the DJ does a crossfade like this, you know? So let one come and then the other one goes out from it. So you will have a beautiful texture of never-ending lush sounds, which actually would make super sense here to do, because your music is really textural and just really flowing, you know. But imagine when you have what's it called, like a river. It's not going to be like water, pause, stone, pause, and then there's nothing. No, but it's like a blend. So you have the rocks start, you know, and then there's a shadow. So everything is coherent and going together, you know, like nature. So I would really suggest to try to do something like this, that you have blending of stuff, and you can even have it can have the same pitch, it doesn't really matter. Or for example, here, you know, when it's going here, you can also use all of your instruments here. So you have a world here that you can blend, or if you double your sounds, you know, because for example you have a harp here, and it can also be really cool to double some stuff every now and then, you know, exact same pitch, higher, lower, but it will also really fit in your climax, okay? And and the last tip I wanted to tell you is that it's very similar to the other one that I told you, but don't also put your blocks of sound and your textures and motives depending on the instrument. What I mean is that you have this triplet, but you only use it in the strings. See? And it finishes. Just try now, put it in a harp, for example, for yourself, or blend it here, for example, at some point with a flute, just for yourself, you know, to see how it's how it looks, like an educational thing, you know, to see if you like it or not. Or for example, you see this guy here that is like b da da d da da d da da d da. It comes down. You can put like 6 of these triplets that they are continuing, for example, here. Okay, so 3, 3. So it passes here, that is coming down. Okay, this is going to be the same. So it goes down here. And then you have, for example, your bassoon. I mean, now the bassoon is full, but just an example, okay? Now imagine you had the bassoon doing the same 6 triplet as, same pitches as this guy here, okay? But then also going down. So this guy stops here with a diminuendo, like a piano, piano, and then this one takes over, you know, takes over from the texture, and then it finishes somewhere here with the triplet. That's like, it will be somewhere around here, but up there. Okay, so try this. Try to see what your imagination takes, where your imagination takes you, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna do a lot of cool stuff with it, because you have a very nice and imagination, and also very beautiful sense of timing and sound color. But yeah, other than that, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and comment and subscribe. And if you like it, please do share it with your friends. And also, I also have my own pieces in the channel. So if you guys want to, you can also hear them. And yeah, be nice, don't judge me. But yeah, so yeah, till next time. And take care. Homayun out.